Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the Light I See. I'm your host, Tommy Cam. Today, what I'm wanting to talk about is a little bit about a couple of these radio frequencies that I've listened to the last couple of days, which I have thought, which was really kind of interesting, which which I'll tell you guys about the interesting part here in a minute. But right now, what we are going to be talking about is a little bit about the new radio frequencies, which you guys probably wouldn't even believe that if you guys go to this area, you guys probably would. So if we look at the Louisville Mega Caverns, so they use a radio frequency on there, a 461.675 as Mega Cavern number 1. Now Mega Cavern number 2 is 464.6625. And Mega Cavern 3, which is probably used by a lot of businesses, but we don't know, is 464.8375, which they got these radio frequencies in all. They got two sites, and they are both holes, and both of these sites are acquired off here. The first radio frequency is that has 50 people is 464.8375, which we already talked about, which some of these walkie-talkies they use are an FB2. Couple of them are like Motorola's. I can understand like the Motorola. It's like for instance, if we go on the browse, then after that we click on Kentucky. And then after that, if we click on Boone County, well, they got some interesting on here, which I have to say, which is for a good part. On their Northern Kentucky regional radio system, they got Boone, Kenton County, and Campbell County, which are all good radio frequencies to listen to. Now, in Campbell County, they got, for instance, they got North Primary, they got Central Primary, and they also got South Primary. They also got the Northern Kentucky University Police Channel 1 as their fire dispatch, which I was reading some the other day on the radio reference forums, which I thought this was really neat. Which going on down, looking at, I gotta remember which, it was in the Indiana region. Yep, that's it. And then going on down, they got, for instance, like the French Lick in West Baden. So they got some really good radio contacts there, which I have to say, which are really good. Well, Johnson County Sheriff has an NXDN, which I think which is really nice. So sometimes they got a Greene County tech find the zone for the fire training. Both fire and PD access that talk group. Yeah, seems like the same issue on the MESA, which is the new talk group for Indianapolis, which is the new changes lineup on the safety. Give a new name, make a new site proposal. Half the users are lost for a while. That are the two most hated things. Old guys like to use interop killer sharing, like MESA. When it's used MESA, then IDPS, but the old guys call it MESA. Now it's MESA. But the folks doing the same things, and if a talk group or channel is not in your primary zone, then most of the time they never use. If all sort of cracks, y'all grade matter. other reason I love voice announcements on radios, so you have no excuse, no finding a channel or talk group. It's in the radio and you will find it. That right there is like what they were talking about, like for instance, there at that place. Now, for instance, on the Mishawaka, they use a simulcast, two or more simulcast towers. The system is P25. Talkers are not encrypted. However, this is a simulcast system which most scanners have problems receiving. Well, there's two radio scanners that I would recommend. I would recommend you guys get for that. Number one is probably the Uniden Home Patrol 2, and the other one is the Uniden BCD 436 HP or 536 HP. So like then after that, going on down, Mishawaka also has on a fire, also police, the older one, the Jim Carr PSR 800 works great picking up anything in St. Joseph, so you can get a Whistler TX1 and update it on the PSR 800. Mishawaka do not still use or will rebroadcast it for some safety for PD only. Mishawaka Fire does not have talk groups on the safety. That's what I'm aware of on the database. I've heard Mishawaka Fire dispatch on a county fire channel. I don't know if instead they have their own talkers or are using the county talk groups. Mishawaka and South End and the counties all share the county dispatch and fire channels. I don't normally monitor Elkhart County on the unit tracker, although I'll check sometimes. So like for instance, right there is what we need to talk about. So I do not see a lot and lots of videos on this, so we are going to make a video about it now. So if we click on Elkhart County, just going by what we just learned. So Elkhart County got a radio frequency on here that is 155.655 and it's 85.4, which that's what their sheriff's dispatch is. And then after that, the Elkhart Fire Department uses 153.700 and Police backup, Elkhart EMA is in a police talk group, which should be an emergency. What's going on down? They got some really interesting stuff on here. Like for instance, like when me and my mom were going up there to like, let's just say the Henry Ford, holy cow, the Henry Ford had lots and lots and lots of communication, which I thought that was really, really, really interesting. So like for instance, if we click on the New York feed and in the US, and Florida. We already looked at Florida today, but St. John's, and then after that, if we go into the St. John's Public Safety, they encrypted all the police traffic. And that right there is what we need to listen to just in case if we are on the road and we need to listen to some good radio traffic. So Flagler County is probably the same because they use a P25 Phase 2, which it kind of is their law primary, their teletype, and their law enforcement 3 are all encrypted, but Tech08 is on Volusia County Fire Rescue Tech 9 patch. So that right there is like a really, really good thing if you guys ever go there and check out that kind of stuff. So if I click on Volusia Daytona Beach International Airport, they do Delta, which is a good airline. Plus they also do Federal, which is like the Transportation Security Administration. So that right there, I have to say, the Transportation Security Administration has saved my butt with this one program, and I am like really proud that they do this. It's called the TSA Cares, which they have that for people with disabilities. People with disabilities need stuff like that. So then after that, we go on down. We look at, for instance, the Volusia County P25 system, and we already know the Volusia County Sheriff we can listen to, which they already got a couple on there, which I think which is really good from their old system, which I think their old system is really good because it picks out throughout the county. Well, I understand that people doesn't like that sometimes, but you guys, you gotta understand that these new radio systems, they have to adapt. So that means if you have to adapt, you look and you find out. That's all that I gotta say on that. Well, then after that, if we look at Seminole County, which they do something really good on here for the Orlando Sanford International Airport, they have like their own police dispatch, which is Zone 14, which they also got teletype and maintenance. If I knew that and if I was going there, I would listen to that like non-stop. See, I'm like a big radio scanner guy, and you guys will probably see more videos like this to come. So if you guys do not like radio scanners, and if you guys even care, make sure you guys stay tuned, because I got some amazing stuff that we are going to be talking about the next couple of days. So this airline that they do at the Orlando Sanford International Airport, they use Allegiant Air, which I love how they use the FM radio on the FM mode. So like then after that, if we click on Florida and we do a county, St. Lucie County. I'm not doing this because I know somebody that's never won. So like also they got radio channel on here for the county jail. They got Firecom. They also got the EMS coordinator, Lakewood Medical, PSA Medical. They also got campus. They also got Port St. Lucie Fire Port St. Lucie Police, their countywide fire repeater, countywide common repeater, and our St. Lucie County Fire Dispatch. So honestly, if you guys got those, you guys are in shape. Well, on Martin County, this is where an interesting place is. This is where Whitman Field is. Now, Whitman Field, I have to say, which is a really, really kind of awkward place. So they use like the Fort Pierce ground there. They also use CTAF, Fort Pierce Tower, and ATIS for the St. Lucie International Airport. So if I talk about one more place, Key West, I'm just going over these if you guys have a problem. So they use Delta operations in United Express. They also use the Miami radio for like aviation for air traffic control. So they also have their own tower, their own ground, and automatic terminal information system, which is really nice. They also got a naval station down there, which advisory frequency, base ops, clearance delivery, PSSV Metro. They also got base operations, Naval Air Station Key West. And they also got Terrapin Range, which, if you guys know what that is, you guys could probably put it in the comments, and I will talk about that in another video. So if we go on down to another airport that I like, the Tampa International Airport, they got, for instance, the Tampa Terminal Radar Approach Control. They also do British Airways, they're good. They do American, Southwest, good. Sun Country, that's one I'm going on in a couple of days, which I feel really, really, really excited about, which they also got Spirit on here. They got Enterprise, which is DMR, which really sucks because many people don't like that. They're starting to. Now, American Airlines uses an encrypted radio system there, and the ARNC, Air Canada. So, like, if we talk about a big airport like now, like the Miami International, so they got like maintenance, they got operations, they got the Skyride train, now it's got operations, Airside Operations Control Center. This place does all like American Eagle and like American, which is really good if you guys ever go out there. Sadly, they don't do my favorite airline, which is Southwest. And I don't have a problem about that. I understand if they don't. So like the only airline that they do, if you guys going down there and try it out, it is Spirit. Or maybe even right here, Southwest has 4 DMR channels. Now they're starting to go DMR, and I understand why, but I gotta say, seriously, their maintenance, security, and operations control center is all on this DMR Tier 3 standard, which I gotta tell you, nobody likes to talk about Tier 3. I don't. Port Everglades is on here, that's good. So like also the TSA has really good operations there. The transportation people, there's kind of a funny story there, okay? So I was getting ready, okay? So I was getting ready to go off. I was getting on the airline, and then after that, all right guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys are new to the channel, Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and ding that notification bell. And I'll see you guys back in another video. And goodbye.